Please all stand and sing with me. We are connected by heart. Where do you end? Where do I start? Anything you pray for, if fears is in your way, I am here to listen to anything you need to say. Your prayer is my prayer too. Your prayer is my prayer too. Whatever you feel, I feel you too. You are part of me and I'm a part of you. Your prayer is my prayer too. My prayer too. We are connected by heart. Where do you end? Where do I start? Anything you pray for, if fears is in your way, I am here to listen to anything you need to say. Your prayer is my prayer too. Your prayer is my prayer too. Whatever you feel, I feel you too. You are part of me and I'm a part of you. Your prayer is my prayer too. My prayer too.
Good morning and happy Mother's Day. Well, welcome to Unity of Columbia and welcome to those of you who are choosing to join us online today. Each moment of life, each situation we encounter and each person we meet are an opportunity to live our holy purpose. Everything that happens truly happens for us, and we can see the good in all situations. And in Unity, we call that divine order. So we look and we expect divine order as we say, I'm in the right place at the right time. Please claim that with me today together. I'm in the right place and the right time, right here and right now. Please stand and greet each other in the spirit of divine order.
When someone becomes empowered, there is a little less fear. Where there's a little less fear, there is a little less anger. Where there is a little less anger, there is a little less hate. Where there's a little less hate, there is a little less conflict. Then there's a little more peace. And where there's a little more peace, there's a little more love. Where there's a little more love, someone becomes empowered. When someone becomes empowered, there is a little less fear. Where there's a little less fear, there is a little less anger. Where there is a little less anger, there is a little less hate. Where there's a little less hate, there is a little less conflict. Then there's a little more peace. And where there's a little more peace, there's a little more love. Where there's a little more love, someone becomes empowered. Then there's a little more peace. And where there's a little more peace, there's a little more love. Where there's a little more love, someone becomes empowered.
Oh, good morning, everybody. My name is Leah, and I get the pleasure of being your facilitator today. We're grateful for all of those who contribute to our service, and we want to welcome everyone to those in the Unity Sanctuary. Thank you to those joining us online. And for those of you that are new, we especially want to make sure you're welcome and feel like your presence is important. I see a few new faces today. Thank you. We ask that you keep your cell phones on mute so that we can go through our service in quiet and peace. We especially want to welcome our new people, I said, but the ushers have a welcome package, and I want to make sure you get that. We are going to affirm our words together, I hope. Centered in spirit. There we go. Centered in spirit, we trust in the potential of Unity of Columbia to express abundance in perfect divine order. Our community makes decisions for the great. We are open to the flow of new opportunities and things now. Please join me in affirming our vision, mission, and core values. Our vision is we celebrate a spiritually awakened world. And our mission is we inspire the awakening and practice of divine love in every heart. In addition, we celebrate our core values, knowing that we have come here to be spirit-centered and to express the values of love, peace, and connection. And it's now my pleasure to do the announcements. We have some exciting things going on. This following weekend, the 16th and 17th from 9 to 3 on Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 2, we are having a plant sale. And one of the cool things that we have, it's a great plant sale. One of the cool things that we have are flyers for you to drop by. And if by any chance, this is my prop, you have a home that's on a busy street we would love for you to take one of these beautiful signs and place it in your yard. Mary Kinney has the signs, and she'll be glad to share them with you. And it did inspire me. I don't live on a busy street, but I have friends that do, so I'm going to take one. Then next week, we have a reception honoring Reverend Ann. It's going to be a special reception right after the service at 11:15 in the Solar Gallery. So next week is a busy weekend for us. There will be plenty of time for you to express some reflections if you'd like to say a few words at the reception. Another fun thing coming up at the end of May is the 4th annual authentic Louisiana Cajun Gumbo Feast. It is May 31st at 11:15 after the service. This is a major all-you-can-eat culinary extravaganza, and you don't want to miss it. So mark your calendars, please. And then today, Dave is going to read the daily word for us. Thank you.
Good morning. The daily word today is a blessing for mothers. The affirmation is, I bless and give thanks for the mothers in my life. Today, I celebrate and honor the world's mothers. First, of course, is a mother who nurtured me and guided me to be the person that I am through her love and example. I also bless those who have shown me mother's love throughout my life. These special ones may be grandmothers, aunts, or other family members. Perhaps a neighbor or a teacher took me under her wing, offering me support and encouragement. I have deep appreciation for them all. On Mother's Day, I bless the mothers and the mother figures in my life with thoughts of gratitude and love. I hold these dear ones gently in prayer, affirming they know the tender, nurturing love of God as they have so selflessly shared it with me. Today's Bible reading is from Proverbs 3:17. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. Let us repeat today's affirmation together. I bless and give thanks for the mothers in my life. And let us repeat it to ourselves silently. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Now, the prayer box is a symbol of blessing today. The chaplains are gathering. In prayer, we expand our awareness, knowing that we are expressions of God. We open our minds to receive an abundance of all that is necessary for us to fulfill our soul's purpose. We now hold others in prayer. If you filled out a prayer slip, you may come and bring it and put it in the prayer box, or you may speak your loved one's name aloud so that we can collectively hold space for them in our hearts. Courtney, Clarissa, Dutch. Okay. For all the names on our heart, know that what you have asked for has been answered. Our Unity Prayer Chaplains will be available to pray with you after this morning's service. And now we'll prepare our hearts for meditation. Anne is going to present it for us. Thank you.
Dear teach me to pray. My heart is open wide when self is cleared away. Oh Spirit, teach me to pray. Lift me up in the light, in your holy way, knowing this time is right. Oh Spirit, lead me in the light. Teach me to love unconditionally. Let my heart open up. Oh Spirit, teach me to love. Teach me to live in grace. Wash my grief away. Here in this silent space, oh Spirit, teach me to live in love.
My name is Anne, and I'm so grateful to be able to do this meditation with you today. And today, here in this sanctuary of Unity of Columbia, we rest in moments of meditation, being one with divine power. We breathe this in. We know this acceptance. Wisdom expands as consciousness renews within us. The one mind is always available. And as truth clarifies, now and again, we breathe that in while we're in this silent meditation. Each quality within the divine mind now aligns with this knowing, allowing every aspect of being to gain contact with the sacred and the divine qualities. The ones that we know, we be peaceful. We know joy. We accept love. We recognize beauty. We feel balance. There's always truth and only truth. We are the light. And above all, we have patience in each and everything that we do, think, feel, or say. We allow this realization with every breath, recognizing that life is lived from the inside out, not the outside in. It's from the inside out where we have our deepening. Our lives reflect this level of acceptance, as true visualization is seen all rightly, fully recognizing truth as this is the key to freeing all of our choices. Fundamental law is to create conditions to make a particular outcome inevitable. Minds reflect the divine mind, one with human reserve. All qualities and powers that are reflected in the divine mind align within us now, fully and completely. While fear and lies abide in some perceptions or previous experiences, truth is always available. Misuse of the divine law can be worrying repeatedly, carrying anxiety daily, noting that settling for limits and half-truths feels justified as being what is, and that becomes edged with lack, ringed with numbing pain. This human misadjustment is not the spiritual path for all, for our beings, for this time. Again, truth gives us true perception. We allow all else to fall away, as it is the divine law, and we accept this as our own, fully and completely. The law of creation, the one mind, the divine source, all that is, whatever name is used for this power, within and without, is ever present, simply waiting for acknowledgement. Clarity is possible for all. Clarity is possible for all divine laws. Clarity is possible for all divine aspects. Keeping perspective ensures human ability, ongoing, ever present, and with every breath, every heartbeat, every thought, every emotion, and of course, all senses know this now. We allow this perspective as the silence deepens, clear and present, aligning with divine truth. We breathe this in, and now we will be in silence. Take a deep breath and return to this moment, this place, this sanctuary of truth and respect. Allow deepening to maintain ongoing perspectives. Gratefulness is now, and now again, and still now again. Gratefulness, along with all the other qualities of the divine mind, is truly within us now, and we express them fully and completely. We do this now in each breath, each word, each thought, each beingness. We allow this to be so, so it is, ongoing, and amen.
Well, I welcome all of you to this Mother's Day. And this morning we have Kuan Yin joining us. And Kuan Yin is one of the most beloved spiritual figures in the East Asian Buddhist tradition. She's not a goddess in the Western sense, but she's what's called a bodhisattva. So she's an enlightened being that chooses to live in the physical world. And she chooses that so that she can help us to become awakened and to help us be free from suffering. So her name literally translates into she who hears the cries of the world. And that tells us a little bit about her. In the story of 1,000 Arms, Kuan Yin makes a sacred vow. I will not rest until all beings are free from suffering, she says. And she begins to listen, and she hears the cries of the world. She hears that there's not just 2 or 3 voices, but there's many. There's grief, and there's despair, and there's fear, and there's shame, and there's loneliness. And at first she responds to all of these one at a time. And the suffering is so great that she becomes overwhelmed with that. And the story tells us that her head splits into pieces and her arms are shattered. And so the Buddha comes along and he decides that she needs to be transformed. So she's given 11 heads so that she can see suffering in every direction. And she's given 1,000 arms, each with an eye on the palm. So, and we can see a representation of that on the slide today. And so after she's been transformed, she can see all of the suffering clearly and she can respond to it. The Divine Mother quality represents the divine feminine or the emotional aspect in each of us. It makes no difference if we're male, female, or anything else. We all hold this divine feminine within us. And in fact, in early Buddhism, Kuan Yin was depicted as a male. And so when Buddhism went to China, they started to get the idea that, well, it's kind of a feminine quality, and so then she was given a form similar to what we see today in the Kuan Yin here on the table. She was a symbol of compassion and mercy and devotion, and really represented, the loving mother quality. So as we speak about the divine feminine, we're talking about consciousness, and when we have that loving consciousness, it shows up in how we give service and how we can be devoted and how we can be loving to others. So when we look at today's world, it does seem to me for sure that there's a lot of suffering going on. And for many people, that's quite an overwhelming feeling to see it and to feel the heartstrings being tugged at. So what do we do about that? How do we really feel about the suffering that we're seeing in the world? Are we numb to it? Because the instinct often is, if something is too hard to handle emotionally, just to shut down or to disconnect from it. So how can we be more present or more responsive to what we're seeing? The divine feminine is not the part of us that avoids the suffering we see. It is the part of us that can stay open to it. It's the part that shows up in many different ways, and it may show up as the loving mother or the loving father. It might show up as the caring teacher or the wise guide or mentor, or it might just show up as the ordinary, everyday person. And I recall an incident that happened to me, and forgive me if I've already told this story, but it's quite a strong story in my own mind. But I recall a way back seeing a woman waiting to cross the road. She had a white stick, which told me she had a visual impairment, and the cars were going across and no one was stopping. And I looked at her and I thought, how is she ever going to be able to cross the road? So I raced over and I said to her, do you want me to help you? And she said, yes, please. And so I put my hand up to the traffic. I used eye contact, all that sort of stuff, and the cars stopped. I thought, great. And I walked her across the street, and she said, well, thank you very much. She went her way, and then I had to make my way back across the road. But, you know, it's just in that moment how sometimes we can express that Kuan Yin in us just by doing what needs to be done as ordinary, everyday people. So when life feels a bit overwhelming, there is a tendency for us to shut down. But what if we were to stay open? What if we were really willing to listen to someone else's pain and do what needed to be done to show our compassion or to be comforting? And so the teaching is that compassion is not a distant thing. It's here, it's in the moment. And when we hear the cry, that is the human need. And that's when the Kuan Yin in us comes into expression. We can listen compassionately, we can be willing to engage and willing to step forward and do what needs to be done. So it is true, I feel, that we live in quite a complex world. You might have noticed that. A world where busyness is often much more important than harmony, where productivity is really important. We've got to get it out there and happening, and that's much more important than being present. And knowing the facts and being certain about things seems to be very important, over and above curiosity, having a sense of, well, I don't really know about this, or, you know, how can I wonder about this? And it seems to me in some ways we've almost been trained to override that divine presence in us. We live in a culture that asks us to, you know, just go and do what you have to do and don't worry about how you're feeling, forget about the gut feeling, stay busy. We don't have time to deal with someone else's emotional stuff, just get on with it. And so we see the results of this in a kind of burnout culture. Mental health struggles are coming to the fore, and a disconnection, not only with others, but sometimes we even get the sense that we're disconnected with ourselves. I certainly do at times. Has anyone else experienced that? A kind of complete disconnection with everything, almost. So what about these qualities that honor life and are receptive to life? And you know, I might have said this before too. I don't always remember what I say on Sundays, but if I'm not understanding something, I really love to go and see what the young people think about it. So I was interested to know what Gen Z thought about all this. I did a little bit of research. And I found some things about them, things that they don't need. And here's what they say they don't need. We don't need more domination. We don't need more dictatorship style of energy. We don't need more noise. We don't need more busyness. And I saw a report. It said that Gen Z is the most stressed generation ever, much more stressed than us older generations, even though I do feel a bit stressed sometimes. But as young adults, they're prioritizing some very interesting things. They prioritize mental health and emotional well-being much more than us oldies ever have. And here's what they rank as their top values: authenticity, purpose, and ethical practices. Wow, they are great qualities. They're not looking for a polished life, they're looking for a real, authentic life. So they prioritize work-life balance, flexibility. They want meaningful work, and they're also exploring things like meditation and mindfulness and spirituality. So, I mean, these are all the qualities that we see in the divine feminine. It's exactly what they're reaching for, these divine feminine qualities, not because it's a trendy thing, but there is a sense that what they're really looking for is that centering themselves, going back to who they really are. So what does it look like to live in this way? Well, it means that we trust our inner knowing. And that might mean before you go to Google and say, hey, Google, how do you do this? Or what does this mean? You go to your inner guidance and you ask that inner wisdom first. It means that we create space instead of filling it up. And that might mean that we don't rush off and say, what can I do? Where's something for me to do? We instead search for that quiet, peaceful thing that we can do. It might mean that we honour the cycles because life is built around rhythms. Think of rest, renewal, expression, and nature does it so well. All the cycles of nature, the seasons, we see year after year these same rhythms happening. And it might mean that we choose connection over individuality. And so how do we connect with people? Because it's the connection point that we see the healing. And so today we're seeing in the world changing climate, storms, fires, floods. We're seeing a little bit of social division, don't you think? And these sort of things we're experiencing have an emotional exhaustion around them. What's needed is not more innovation, not more ideas, not more things, but a shift in consciousness. Have we forgotten the power of the divine feminine? Because it's the divine feminine that reclaims this reverence for life. And so on this Mother's Day, we're invited into something much deeper. Not just honouring the women who raised us, but awakening to this energy that sustains life itself. The divine feminine is the space that allows for transformation. It's how we can meet life with a really deep understanding. It's having compassion that no logic can ever heal, and it's about being fully here, awake and aware and connected. And so today we honour the mothers that express this quality so beautifully, but more than that, we're honouring the mother presence within all of life. And the Kuan Yin reminds us that divine presence does not turn away from suffering, but it leans into it, it listens to it, and it responds with compassion. So where are you being asked to listen more deeply? And where are you being called to respond with compassion? Because today, we're being asked to reclaim the power that we may have forgotten. And so it is. So we're going to take all of those words and anchor them in our Mother's Day ceremony. And you'll see there's red and white carnations. Traditionally, the red carnations are for mothers or the mother figures that are alive today. White is used for those that have made their transition. So you can take a carnation and place it in the wreath, or maybe you'll dedicate it to your mother, maybe you'll dedicate it to a mother figure or a mentor figure in your life. So I'll invite you to just come up when you feel ready to do that. Please come down the centre aisle and go back around the outside walls.
Please all stand and sing with me. I'm called to be a healer for whole humanity. I'm called to be a dreamer, believing in what can be. I'm called to be a maker, be an instrument of peace. I'm called to be a giver of abundance I receive. I'm called to be a prayer, living out the truth I seek. I'm called to be everything. I'm called to be the glory here on earth. Oh, might see all the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. I'm the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. We are called to be. You're called to be a mother, to nurture family. You're called to be a brother, be strength in times of need. You're called to be a neighbor, see a friend in all you meet. You're called to be a healer, to build a community. You're called to be a prayer, living out the truth you seek. You're called to be everything. You're called to be the glory here on earth. Oh, might see all the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. I'm the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. You're called to be. We are called to be the kindness that the brokenhearted free. We are called to be forgiveness where pain has run too deep. We are called to be compassion, be the wind beneath each wing. We are called to be communion, only then can we succeed. We are called to be a prayer, living out the truth we seek. We are called to be everything. We are called to be the glory here on earth. Oh, might see all the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. We're the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. We are called to be.
Thank you. Oh, we now place a blessing on our gifts and put ourselves into the law of circulation. If you're joining us online and you've been blessed by today's message, I invite you to go to the giving page on our website. That is unityofcolumbia.org. Your gift will help keep these services online. As we support our spiritual community, please take your offering, whether you give electronically, by check or cash, and hold it in your hand and in your heart as we affirm these words together. Divine love, one with me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful.
Thank you, Jen. And so today we're so grateful for the gift of the divine feminine presence in us, the ability to care, to show compassion, to be comforting to others, to be open, to be listening. And we say thank you for all of those blessed moments and opportunities in our life to give of ourselves. And so we say thank you for these gifts given freely and with love to do the work of Spirit through Unity of Columbia. And we say together, Amen. Let's welcome in those very noisy children.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Good morning. And a special good morning if you're a mother out there. So today in our class, we were talking about our moms and the mothers in our life that we've had. And we decided to make some pictures of our moms. Do you want to show them your pictures? Yeah. Very sparkly. Do you guys want to say one of the things that you love about your mama?
Hugs and kisses. Ooh, and I know what I really like is my mom.
Yeah, moms are the best. So girls, we're gonna actually have a chance to put one of these beautiful flowers into our wreath, and we'll think about all the favorite things we love about our mom.
And another is white. Oops.
Oh dear. I can't get that to. Okay, that might be it.
All right.
Can't just do one flower. Moms are too great. We got to do them all. For all the moms out there. Okay, lovely. Well, we will bless our children while they finish up here. Woo! We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are. Here we go.
All right, let's go sing. Now that's a hard act to follow. Anyway, please rise and join with me as we sing the prayer for protection.
God is here, the light of God surrounds us. God is here, the love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is.
As you move for your week, I invite you to show up in the world as you were wonderfully and beautifully made, and especially this week with gratitude and compassion and grace for all the mothers. Wherever you are, God is.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that is meant to be. With God as Creator, family whole are we, as we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, yes, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me.